Okay, what's up, everybody? It is your boy AP Black. I'm back once again. Here we are with another Good Vibes Live happy hour edition. Hope you guys know that it's a great day for some peace, prosperity, and harmony, and I hope you're receiving all three. Today, we're just going to have a little bit of Q&A, as well as just pull some tarot. And I hope you guys click that thumbs up button, give the video a like, share, comment, subscribe also. Thank you for tuning in. Also, I do have a link in the description, and it's a link to some exclusive AP Black merch, limited time offer. It's something excited about that as well. I know the other day was supposed to be the last day, but people are still putting in orders, and they begged me to keep that link active, so it'll be active, but not for long. Probably got about 8 hours left, so get in on it. Okay. Okay. All right. So remember that if you're tuning in, that we're pulling cards, and not everything is going to be for you. So take what resonates and leave what does not. Also, keep in mind that all this energy is not always going to be about you. It could be about someone in your life, family member, friend. So take what resonates and leave what does not. Okay? Let's get some energy for the collective. We got the Justice card here, the first one to pop out. Interesting. It's the Major Arcana, and about just that. Now, Seven of Swords. Followed by the Moon. All right, give us some energy for the collective. What messages do they need to hear right now? Okay. Then the Two of Pentacles. Right now, there is someone's making a decision, searching for clarification, probably having some inner turmoil, taking some time to really focus on themselves. Temperance fell out. Temperance, Ten of Cups. It's probably a love decision. Okay. Let's get a last card for the oh, Ten of Swords. Okay. So right now the energy is speaking volumes. There could have been a situation recently where you've had a tower moment almost, and you may have some feelings about whatever transpired in the relationship. Um, may have been some confusion causing you to really have to focus your energy on yourself, possibly even struggle with some inner issues, some reflecting, possibly even feeling betrayed by someone that you loved or cared about. I'm also getting that. I'm also getting that there was a lack of honesty, And whether that was from you or your person, you would know better than I do. But let's pull some more cards and clarify some things. Clarify this Seven of Swords. That's what we'll do. So the Star card. It's a card of reflection. As I said before, there's definitely something that um, somebody had options and they feel as though they needed to make a choice. And that the choice that they made, they're probably not too happy with because they are lonely. Or do, Wheel of Fortune. So it's possible also that this was a blessing in disguise. Or for some of you, that this person is going to come back. So for those of you who feel as though you did make the right choice, um, that that's kind of clarified a little later on with the Ten of Cups. For others of you uh, who feel as though you didn't make the right choice, this the energy is pretty much saying to focus on what you have going on right now because that energy will return. The Emperor came out over the Wheel of Fortune, clarifying how sure of this return. Uh, Clarifying that this return is a sure thing. It is not something that is just like, well, if it's meant to be, um, it's most likely that it is meant to be and it will return. So that's pretty good. This card just flew up, but we'll keep it on the low for now. Clarify this Ten of Swords. Where does this Ten of Swords come from? What is that about? Well, the Hierophant. Interesting. It's an interesting clarification for Ten of Swords, which is a card about rebuilding and moving on. Might have moved on to some education matters. You possibly, um, some of you gone back to school in the wake of a loss, or you may have found some clarity in a situation and decided to make a different choice. This Two of Swords is kind of saying that there needs to be a moment of rest. There needs to be a time to relax and kind of gather yourself. Knight of Swords. Clarify this Two of Pentacles. That's what we'll do. So you have the Nine of Cups, Judgment card, and the Six of Pentacles. So somebody had some options, and it's possible that they explored them, and in exploring them, they feel as though they made the wrong choice and chose the wrong path. And to me, I kind of look at this and I'm a little not confused, but it looks like someone was a bit guarded, whether that's you or your person. Imagine you have all these options uh, with love and love offers, and the person that you choose isn't quite what you expected them to be. So now you kind of reconsider the Judgment card, and in reconsidering, you choose to feed into another connection. And in doing so, you again kind of get taken off balance. because that connection isn't what you desired either. So this is definitely a time for some of you for just isolation almost, um, and focusing on yourself, going inward, meditation. Some of you also, I'm getting that you may be a little bit stuck in your patterns, stuck in your old ways, stuck in your mind. You feel deceived. A lot of energy towards having some mental confusion, possibly also dealing with mental illness for some of you. Also, I feel like this is a great period of study for some as well. People are really taking time to learn. They're trying to figure out ways how to get themselves out of an energy in particular that has them, uh, that may have blindsided them. So, whether this is you or someone that you're interested in, there should be some communication soon, sooner rather than later. But it looks like they're taking their time right now to approach because they're dealing with some things. They're dealing with some hurt, probably in their past, probably with you, or this could be your energy as well. I'm also getting that there is an idea of wish fulfillment, whether or not this is someone who walked away from someone else and walked towards another connection, but that wasn't fulfilling. Now you've kind of made the decision that the previous person was your wish fulfillment. However, in order to reestablish a connection in that relationship, you kind of have to get over some things and move forward. Let's get some more clarification about the other cards in the deck. Clarify this justice card. That's what we'll do. Get some clarification on that. Ace of Wands, Six of Swords, and then the Seven of Cups. Okay. So, what I'm getting right now is that this Justice card is really, it's really saying a lot about what is going on. Someone feels as though they're getting what they deserve, I heard. Um, whether or not it's you who feels that way, or someone who feels that way about you, or just a circumstance or situation. I'm also getting that you've stopped communicating. So there's probably not much communication and a lot of fantasy, a lot of thinking about this person, wishing them well, not necessarily in a hurtful manner, but more so in a way of having to move on for lack of options. And it's kind of it seems a bit sad as well. So maybe mourning or regretting, sort of leaving behind the fantasies that you created along the way, trying to make new opportunities or waiting for new opportunities or actually in new opportunities as well. Imagine the scenarios where you're trying to understand someone or something, and you gave it some energy of just, I'm gonna let things happen as they may and make my own decisions. I feel like some of you did that and then kind of came to a point where something happened and you had to make a decision or a choice, and you chose to move forward. You chose to take your communications elsewhere, and you chose to hold on to the memories and cherish them, as opposed to wishing that the things never happened or regretting your position on the things that you may have done for someone. Kind of just moved on and chose to hold on to the memories. You know, thanks for the memories kind of ordeal. So, moving forward to this issue of some perceived deception. With this particular instance, I would say it was more of an inward thing than an actual deception. I know sometimes your minds play tricks on you, and you know, this is really heavy energy towards someone not really having the best control of their thoughts. And it's not to say that there wasn't something going on, but possibly not what was communicated, um, and possibly not what you were thinking. And this kind of shows that there wasn't much stability around what was thought either. So whoever was dealing with this energy, they probably weren't even sure of themselves. They were probably more so. Um, it, I kind of get a vibe of tricking someone just because you think you're being tricked, or trying to hurt someone because you think you're being hurt. When in actuality, that's not the case. It's kind of just a defense mechanism, or someone just not having the best clarity in their own thoughts. They could be someone who jumps to conclusions, or I'm kind of getting the energy of setting traps. Like, you'll say one thing and you'll know the answer, like as being asked questions that you know the answer to, or someone trying to see what was a pattern versus um, what was not unpredictable, but what was something that was just out of the ordinary, or a pattern. Like, and I kind of get that some people created these patterns and without actual evidence of them. So that's interesting. So let's look at this moon card a little bit. This is Seven of Pentacles. The Four of Wands. And the King of Wands. Okay. Hmm. So this kind of goes back to what I was just speaking on about, the kind of setting traps and asking questions that were somebody knew the answer to. It's kind of almost as though someone put themselves in the energy where they felt like something was too much work, but they also felt like it was deserving the effort, but they didn't want to do the work. And instead, they waited for something more stable. And once they kind of perceived what it was, it turned out to not actually be that. And they figured that this had something to do with the lack of reflection or the lack of clarity that they've had around the situation entirely. It's also possible that they feel as though they were celebrating the wrong people, or for some of you, I feel like they were choosing to celebrate with the wrong people. Um, I'm actually getting a lot of energy around celebration as well. Like there's something about the work that was done for a celebration that someone either didn't want to do or chose not to do. That kind of created this moment of reflection and kind of trying to decide whether or not someone was actually going to be stable, or a future with someone was it going to be worth the work. Okay, so moving forward, I know we already talked about this Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups and the Judgment card, so we've already clarified that. We can move on to the Queen of Cups. So the clarification on that was the Page of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Devil card. So for this particular portion, I'd kind of be I'd be wary of people who come back around with an energy of wanting to offer you something premature or something immature, because this is really a lot of energy towards someone not wanting to do the work that it takes. And kind of see the image of this Queen of Cups sitting there waiting in reflection, and she's possibly not waiting, but I just said she is. So you um but I also get that the energy that's coming in isn't actually fully developed yet. It's kind of this Page of Swords energy, you know, bigger than the world, bit full of itself. And it's kind of clarified by these two cards, the King of Pentacles and the Devil card, and that's kind of confident but cocky, and actually not there. So imagine these three cards being, someone who's very sure of themselves, and they talk a big game, but they don't really follow through, or they'll say that they can do things that they actually can't. Like, yeah, no, I can give you this type of love and this type of connection, but when it comes down to it, they're really just saying these things to keep you in this sort of loop, in this sort of this kind of trap, almost this toxic space of wanting to develop something with someone that possibly can't be developed just because of their lack of maturity or their lack of the ability to communicate or lack of stability or inability to let go of their addictions in harmful ways. So, if you do find or feel that you are in the energy of the Queen of Cups right now, um, looking for stability, it may not come through someone who offers you that type of connection. So beware of that. And let's move on to the next card, which was the Temperance card. Let me just clear this up real quick. Good. Okay. So for some of you, again, there was something that was walked away from that wasn't exactly allowing or helping you to put your best foot forward and kind of put your skills on display, or you're possibly walking towards someone who can help you with that as well. For some of you, I'm seeing that there is something that you want to be able to see a brighter side to, possibly something that you walked away from that you're reconsidering and trying to see the brighter side of things. And what is actually funny about this, well, probably not funny, but what's interesting about this is that this connection seems as though it is completely intact. Not that it's the most stable thing in the world or an unstable thing in the world, but it actually seems like a valid connection. It seems like something that is actually actually stable. And it's interesting because the energy before that I read earlier was of it not being stable, or it kind of being deceptive. And I kind of got into how it's possible that someone may have put themselves in that energy through having negative thought patterns. And this kind of goes back to the mental health thing that I was talking about as well. And this is kind of solidifying that, the temperance card being on there, by the eight of cups being there, someone walking away, kind of walking towards another scenario that they feel that they can be, um, more of service to, but ultimately trying to find, the the brighter side of the entire situation or scenario. And it's possible that it's possible that the energy also surrounding this is just of, um, wanting to have closure, wanting to have the right ingredients to make an effort, or wanting to have just some stability. Definitely putting energy towards trying to make things right. So for some of you, I'm getting the energy of wanting to put something on display in order to, in order to solidify how good it is. Like, if that makes any sense, like someone making a gesture, like, like, I haven't you someone you haven't spoken to in a while, for example, and instead of actually calling you and saying, "Hey, what's up? How's it going?" Like, I don't know, they send you something in the mail, or and it's a long letter or something like that. Yeah, there's just something about the heartbreak, like, you know, and that's back to what I was saying. It's like spot on. The Eight of Wands and the Three of Swords. It's like, instead of saying, "Hey, what's up?" they'll send you something in the mail. It's the Eight of Wands. That's something. It's very much something in the mail. Putting it in the air, like, "Hey, I miss you, and I'm sad about this connection that we had, and hopefully we can work things out." But what the hell? So that's one way of putting things in. For some of you, that's yeah, that's where this energy's at. It's interesting. All right, let's go on to clarify this, Ten of Cups also. Four of Swords just jumped out on there. Yeah, somebody's in their head a lot. Can you do a free read for you and your girlfriend? I can. I got you. Just, put some details in the chat for me. Let me know what you have questions about, and, once I'm finished with this one, we can have a conversation. Okay. Page of Cups. I'm scared it turns out bad. Well, they say scared money don't make money. So if you're scared, then it's the it's the most you could lose. Might turn out great. Okay. So this is pretty interesting. So the clarification for the Ten of Cups turned out to be the Four of Swords, Page of Cups, and then the Six of Cups. This is a lot of funny energy. It's a lot of, not funny, but like, it's a lot of back and forth and indecision, and, contemplation. Somebody really putting themselves in a tight position because they feel as though what they have to offer is a bit immature, but they want to offer it, like, pretty bad. They want to, communicate what they have on their heart. and they're looking for a way. They're looking for a way. They're literally up at night, like with these swords, like around them. You know, this is probably during the daytime. After not sleeping all night. They got the sword under the bed. Like that's the things that they want to say. They want to offer this conversation, this love, something, and they feel as though that what they get from you, or possibly what you give to them, is it's pretty cool. It's a cup with a flower in it. It's growing, and that's what I kind of get from this. Somebody's not afraid to grow, but they're trying to be certain. They've probably been hurt, or they feel as though they've hurt you over and over again, and they don't want to do that. So that's a possibility as well. But again, we got back to this point, which was the end of it all, and there's a lot going on, especially around their indecision. But the communication is definitely wanting to be had. Okay. So I'm going to pull three cards for the overall energy and then get to this reading for the homie ES real quick. All right. So let's get some cards for the overall energy. And actually, for this one, I'm going to put them all back together and then see what happens and pull the three. Okay. And ES, you said you're a Taurus and she's a Sagittarius. We've been together for 3 months. Okay. So why do you think it's going to go bad? Why do you think it turns out bad? If you don't mind me asking that before we get into the reading. All right. So let's get some clarification. Pull the three cards for the reading that we just did. This one flipped out. Five of Cups. Okay. Interesting. It's definitely somebody's energy right now, especially after what I just read. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. And then the last card for this energy. Damn, that flew out the damn deck. Knight of Wands. It's going to happen. It's just going to take some time. And you have to start focusing on what was actually good in order to move forward in this connection. It is definitely valuable. It is definitely worth it. There's a lot of passion. There is some stability, but it's probably not in the connection at the moment. So, if you feel as though that energy that I just read had anything to do with you, uh, it'd probably benefit to have a more open mind in regards to your relationships and connections. Instead of focusing on how stable it is, focus on how stable you are. Focus on your ability to communicate and connect with someone on a level that's, a little bit bigger than finances, or a little bit bigger than what they have to offer or what they can do for you. Because ultimately, there's more to relationships and connections than that. You know the vibes. All right, let's get to this read for ES and his girlfriend. You love her and you're afraid of losing her. She'll find another person on accident. Okay. I'm going to keep asking you questions throughout the read if you don't mind. Yes. Um, just let me know if that's cool with you. And We'll move forward. Cool. What's your girlfriend's name? Okay, you got a girlfriend named Laura. That's pretty awesome. It's a pretty cool name. I like that name. I have a sister named Laura. I'm not gonna ask you your name because you want to protect your privacy, but I'll just call you ES. That's your YouTube name. Hope you don't mind that. Tell me, ES, what's your favorite thing about Laura? What attracted you to her? What's up, Jenna? How's it going? Always nice to see you in the chat. I'm doing well. Just stopped by to do a happy hour real quick, and I'm doing a reading for the homie ES on the chat. He's missing his girlfriend. Well, he's not missing her, but he just wants to know how things are gonna go. What's up, Lola? How's it going? Okay, so ES, her personality. You love her personality. She's probably pretty nurturing. She's probably kind, huh? She's an angel, you said. So that was her energy that popped out here. This Queen of Cups, then, because an angel's nurturing AF. And I'm great, Laura. I mean, Lola. Excuse me. Yeah, Jenna, I got you. Just give me a minute because I'm just trying to pull some cards for ES right now, and then we can chat. So this Nine of Swords energy, it's pretty interesting that it popped out. You said you wanted to know. Hmm. Okay. So your main question, ES, is you're afraid of losing Laura, correct? You want to keep her. Okay. So do you feel like you're losing her? Is that, I guess that's more of an appropriate question. Okay. Hey, you don't know the future. Absolutely. I understand that fully. Ultimately though, Jenna gets it. you know, sometimes you manifest things that you don't intend because of how or where you are in the energy. And that's what this first row is pretty much saying. Queen of Cups, Nine of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Strength card. It's pretty much saying that you need to distinguish where this is coming from because you're putting yourself in an energy that you don't want to be in, that you're not even in, and that could bring about the exact same thing that you don't want. And that's the whole first row pretty much. I'm going to ask you some more questions, okay? Do you feel like you make your own decisions, like you are independent enough to do the things you desire to do, and she's free to do the things that she wants to do as well? Pretty much hanging on each other, and she usually gets what she wants, but she never focuses me, so it's okay. 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 So I'll just say this, and I'm pretty sure you saw it in the chat already. Focus on how things are good, and focus on, put your time and your energy towards all the good things in that connection and in that relationship, and things will be just fine. I feel like the decision that you made to ask the question, though, was probably because you feel something within you that wants to doubt it. And just like Jenna said, there's a reason why you found the Good Vibes Live. Uh, Ultimately, you want to highlight all the good things and not really worry about the bad. If it's not there, it's not there. Okay. So that's my advice for you on that. Absolutely. You guys are great. Best of luck with it. Lola, yeah, let's chat. But I'm going to answer Jenna's question first, though. She did say she had something she wanted to talk about as well. Thanks, Lola. I appreciate it. All right, Jenna, ask away, homie. Okay, let's see. Your boyfriend and you are stable, but no mutual fears got in the way. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm getting a master's in school psychology and transfer to a different school in New York. Should you go for New York or eventually just relocate after after COVID? All right, good night. Hopefully you liked the video on the way out. Yes, I appreciate you stopping by. That's the card that popped up for you. It's pretty interesting, don't you think, Jenna? The world card. And I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to read the advice on that one. How about that? This says, be serene in knowing you're succeeding in your goal. The advice of the world card is giving you permission to do whatever you want. Presently, your motivation is close to the will of the divine. Even if you commit an error, it will be turned to the greater good. Stay active and just keep moving forward. It's unnecessary to keep checking or interrupting your spontaneity with calculation. Rather than look uh, for consensus or affirmation from others, simply dance the dance. In other words, express yourself, react naturally, and let the chips fall where they may. What matters is divine intention. Whether or not human beings approve is less important. If you allow your ego to inflate, you cease to be useful to the greater plan. I knew you would think that was pretty funny. It's awesome. Best of luck with that, though. I know you got it. And somebody else had a question too. My pleasure. Lola. All right, Lola, I'm here. I'm ready when you are. All right. Sorry about that. Took a second. I just saw my hands on the screen and they were dry as hell. All right, Lola. So you want to ask about your ex. He's driving you crazy. His energy is killing you. Can't understand him. All right. Interesting. Huh. Uh, yeah. What do you want to know about him? And what's going on with his energy? That's my question. Like, how is it affecting you? You say it's killing you, but are you talking to him? Are you distant? I know I ask you guys a lot of questions sometimes, but keep in mind I read tarot, but I'm actually not psychic. Some people actually are psychic and they know things, but I'm not one of them, unfortunately. Well, or fortunately, whatever way you see it, I guess. So you do talk, okay? And what about his energy seems to be of a concern? It's killing you. And I don't want you to die. I want you to live. So, oh, is he interested? I think a very simple answer to that is yeah, I think he's pretty interested in you. Probably a little indecisive, maybe. Probably a little immature. Sound accurate? Sounds like most guys, exactly. Absolutely right. That's the thing about guys, as much interest as they have, you kind of have to lead them. You kind of got to let them know what's going on, especially if he's younger. If he's in his 20s, teens, yeah, definitely got to do a lot of leading, leading to the water. Absolutely. Okay, so let's get you some advice. So with these three cards alone, there's a couple different ways you can see this, right? You can see this from the tarot perspective, which is pretty much telling you to wait until the timing is right and the facts are clear. It's also telling you to make yourself available for whatever's needed. And then lastly, with the strength card, it's saying that hmm, it's saying that you probably feel something's off, and this is all of what you've told me already. This is probably one of those things where I'm gonna have to pull another card. Queen of Wands. So I would say he's definitely interested in you. I would say he's definitely interested in you. But the issue that you're probably having is that he's not making himself available to you in the way that you'd like. And in that case, I would suggest that does that seem accurate? Like you want more from him than he's willing to give, or it seems as though he's not interested because he doesn't talk to you as much as you'd like. That seems accurate, yeah. Okay. So I would suggest with this Queen of Wands that popped out that you help him see what you need. Uh, and there's plenty of ways that you can do that. You know, some people like to go missing. Some people like to, take their communication away and then have someone be like, yo, what happened to Lola? To some people, that's pretty effective. Others, it's not. But the advice for this card is is to kind of relax on it. Um, and if there's something that you need from him, just let him know. Try not to sway him, or or try to, yeah, you tried to ignore him, but you couldn't. And that's exactly what this Queen of Wands is saying. Is kind of uh, don't even focus on that right now. You know, restrain yourself and kind of do what you have to do, but be enthusiastic and just telling him what you need. And it probably work out better for you than ignoring him. You know, hope that helped you out, and best of luck with that. I know it's kind of difficult dealing with guys. I'm not the best at figuring things out, especially when it comes to love matters. Thank you for stopping by, Lola. I appreciate it. I'd also appreciate it if you hit the like button as well and subscribed. I'm glad that it resonated. I came on here today and I was like, I'm going to get to it with these lives. It's one of my favorite segments. I love the happy hours. They really help. And you already subscribed. Awesome. Thank you. Well, appreciate you guys tuning in today. And if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to go about my day. I hope that this helped you. I hope that it resonated. And I hope that you find some peace, prosperity, and harmony. It's your boy AP Black. I've been back once again. Oh, okay. Yeah, what's up, Jenna? Also, if you want to get some really cool gear, like a shirt or a sweater, I did leave a link in the description for a hoodie that I'm currently running a fundraiser for. If you can check that out, that'd be great. And I promise you, you'll love it. It's a beautiful design. I designed it myself. Caleb viewed your story for the first time in a while yesterday. Okay. How has he been feeling since you stopped talking to him, since you broke up? It's officially been a month since our breakup and almost 3 weeks since we last talked. And oh, yes, I'll look into it. Awesome. You know what? He viewed your story. I already know how this is going down, but I'm gonna pull a card just because, I gotta show I gotta show the energy some love. But I bet you it's gonna be exactly what I'm talking about. Knight of Swords, communications coming in, baby. He is plotting a way back, okay? Just say it. All right. It's probably might not be now, but I guarantee you, he wants to talk. Yeah. Just give it time. Like I said, continue to focus on yourself, continue to raise your vibrations. That's where it's at. Stay in the good vibes. I mean, I already said it. Yep. For the reconciliation. I don't know. Possibly a reconciliation, but he definitely wants communication. Um, I would say with that Knight of and the Four of Wands, Knight of Swords and the Four of Wands. Yeah. Okay. So the family's involved. That's awesome. It's pretty cool. his mom and stepdad and aunt view your stories. Yeah, there's definitely probably some interest in communication right now, and um, I would suggest, continuing to raise your vibes, like I said before. His energy, though, is definitely geared towards communication. He probably wants to talk, and he probably is feeling a little bit bummed out about things with you. Um, if he keeps viewing your story, though, who knows? How has he been feeling since your breakup? Uh, does he want to get back together soon? Posted some cute pics on Halloween. Nine of Cups. And you asked a bunch of questions, so I'm gonna answer them all with that. The Nine of Cups. Give me a second, and I'll clarify it for you. All right. So what this is basically saying is to allow yourself to be open, allow yourself to be receptive. This person is around guarding the nine cups with their arms folded and crossed. And they're guarding these nine cups because these cups represent love. This is someone who has probably been hurt in the past, probably had a lot to deal with around circumstances involving love. So they've closed themselves off a bit. What this is advising you to do in this situation is to remain open, the opposite of that. Because when you close yourself off to love, you limit the opportunities for success. So I would advise you to be happy that he viewed your story, and hope that, you know, be optimistic and enthusiastic about the future that you want to have together with him, and move forward in that way. Allow yourself to be attracted to what feels right. Yeah, I get it. We broke up due to insecurities, but like you said, there was nothing nasty or harsh there. So um, if you give that situation some more time, it may turn around. Like I said, and like you said to ES earlier, be enthusiastic. If nothing's wrong, nothing's wrong, and it'll continue to be that way as you move forward. You wish you were like what? Well, I think that if you wish you stayed positive right now, this is kind of saying that you have the opportunity to do just that. Stay positive right now. You can't change the past, and what happened has happened. But ultimately, if you want that situation to transpire, hard enough, you manifested something negative before, you can definitely manifest something positive now. And you do deserve a good boyfriend, and hopefully, that situation works out for the two of you. But if not, you know, just be happy either way. And I bet you, once you put yourself in that energy more often than not, um, what you deserve will come right to you. That's awesome. All right. Hope that helped. No problem, Jenna. Have a great night, okay? Oh, also, I'm gonna be eating a burrito. So if you talk to JG, let her know what's up. And I got some pupusas too. Okay, it's late over here, so it is going to be a great night. See you next time. Peace.